The FBI says former President Donald Trump was targeted in an apparent assassination attempt this afternoon at one of his golf courses in Florida. There is a backpack right there recovered at the scene. Police say the suspect was hiding in a bush with a rifle, but Secret Service agents got to the suspect before Trump was in range. The former president is unharmed, but Secret Service officials say they are, of course, on high alert.
The threat level is high. We have increased the amount of assets that we've supported, so we live in danger times.
This comes 2 months after former President Trump was shot during a rally in Pennsylvania. National correspondent Christine Frizzau takes us through the fallout. Another attempt on Donald Trump's life foiled after a stunning chain of events in Palm Beach County, Florida. That includes an adept Secret Service officer just ahead of him at the Trump International Golf Course.
He was able to spot this rifle barrel sticking out of the fence and immediately engage that individual, at which time the individual took off.
Sheriff Rick Bradshaw says he left behind 2 backpacks with ceramic tile, a GoPro video camera, and an AK-47, which had a scope, praising a witness who saw the suspect and took a photo of his car and his tag. The suspect, identified as 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Routh, soon pulled over and taken into custody. Investigators now scouring his social media to determine a motive. Routh had recently been living in Hawaii and had multiple prior arrests. In a campaign email, Trump writing, "My resolve is only stronger after another attempt on my life. I will never slow down. I will never give up." Shock still settling in that the suspect was able to get as close as he did, between 300 and 500 yards from the former president.
The golf course is surrounded by shrubbery, so when somebody gets into the shrubbery, they're pretty much out of sight. All right, and at this level that he is at right now, he's not the sitting president. If he was, we would have had this entire golf course surrounded. But because he's not, the security is limited to the areas that the Secret Service deems possible.
The threat level is high. We have increased the amount of assets that we've supported, so we live in danger times.
The incident just about 2 months after a gunman was able to get way too close to Donald Trump at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. The bullet grazing Trump's ear, another killing a man at the rally. An incident critics say never should have happened.
That falls to negligence, incompetence, being unmotivated, unwilling to do the job on a Saturday morning, a hot Saturday morning in July. The very basics of what the Secret Service needed to cover simply wasn't done.
The analysis from this apparent assassination attempt is so far largely positive of the Secret Service. That stands in sharp contrast to the security lapses that plagued the Butler, Pennsylvania incident. A report on that is due out in the coming days. I'm Christine Frizzau reporting. And again, we turn to former FBI agent Dr. Tyrone Powers. The Secret Service says we're in dangerous times. What do you make of 2 assassination attempts against the former president in just 2 months?
Well, a couple of things. They're absolutely right. But here's the deal. If I know he's a presidential candidate and he is not the president, but based on the first assassination attempt, the security around him should be as if he is president, since you've already had an incident. And history dictates, for those of us who are in the FBI, Secret Service, and other agencies, there are always copycats out there. If it can happen once, they think it can happen again. Secondly, outside events, whether the president is playing golf or the former president is playing golf or giving a speech, are always difficult to cover. In these cases, we've had force multipliers like drones. So whenever the candidate or the president or the target to be protected is outside, you're going to have to increase and enhance security no matter who they are. The philosophy can no longer be because they are not the president, the security level is not the same. Well, now you have known threats. You know they're out there, and you know in an outside environment, it is difficult to protect any asset, any presidential candidate. If they're inside a building, it's easier. They will probably ask President former President Trump to do more inside events, to do more inside activities so they can protect him better. But when he is outside, they will need to employ drones and they will need to have the kind of security as if he was the president in and of himself. Otherwise, we're looking at a tragedy happen even before the election or before the inauguration.
I think we will see new levels of security. Dr. Powers, again, thank you so much for your time tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.